The final specimen we'll be looking at in our Chapter 5 microscopy lab will be stained urethral smears from a human suffering with a bacterial infection, Neisseria gonorrhoeae. So Neisseria gonorrhoeae, which causes the infectious disease gonorrhea, can be transferred sexually. It can grow on the mucous membranes of the genital mucosa. And Neisseria gonorrhoeae will trigger a really strong inflammatory response. So we'll have attraction of lots and lots of white blood cells. And we'll discover the first responders, kind of the paramedic EMTs of our white blood cells, are what we call neutrophils, or PMNs, polymorphonuclear leukocytes. And they're called polymorphonuclear because we can see here they have these multi-lobe nuclei. This would be a single neutrophil right here, and this is the segmented lobe nucleus right here of a mature PMN. And we can see here these little darker staining dots, these little circles, those are the bacterial pathogens, the Neisseria gonorrhoeae. So an individual cell is called a coccus. It looks like a little ball. Very often when the Neisseria gonorrhoeae divide, often two cells will remain attached, forming a pair of cells that we refer to as diplococci, classic for Neisseria gonorrhoeae. So we see here, here's a neutrophil who's successfully phagocytized and will try to destroy 1, 2, 3, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, at least 7 Neisseria gonorrhoeae cells. So these urethral discharges, they're really lovely. We see examples of human cells, the leukocytes. Human cells, if we were to classify them, they're eukaryotes. They have these nice nuclei here. They belong to domain Eukarya, kingdom Animalia. We belong to the animal kingdom. And again, seeing these lovely animal cells, eukaryotic cells, and in contrast, these much smaller bacterial cells, members of domain bacteria. They were prokaryotes, they lack a nucleus here. Okay. One more thing, just to throw in here, is that all members of domain Animalia lack cell walls. So none of the human cells and none of the animal cells have a cell wall. In contrast, most, not all, but most of the members of domain bacteria have a cell wall. And we'll be discussing how an important component of the cell wall is called peptidoglycan, which is a target for many of our antibiotics. On this side is just an enlargement, higher magnification, a little bit harder to see the distinct lobe nucleus of the neutrophil, but we can see how busy this neutrophil has been trying to phagocytize, trying to destroy those invading Neisseria gonorrhoeae.